One of the best times to go back and do some back testing. Family are in bed. I'm up because I wake up 5, 6 o'clock every day. I thought, do you know what? I need to do some back testing. I've set myself a task where I'm going to be back testing 45 minutes every morning, so I can carry on collecting results. So obviously, 2026 is going to be a massive year for me. One of my most favourable pairs is Mr. Jones, top 30 countries in the US. Now, the reason why I like this one is it just moves perfectly for me. I'm going to talk about a lot of the trades. So I've collected data for October 2025, October 2024 this is. And I'll carry on pushing all the way up to the current date. Now, I needed to do this back testing because my head wasn't seeing the charts properly on the way that I test. Why was it not seeing it? I have no idea, but this is why back testing is really important, and this is how you start collecting results. So let me give you a breakdown of how I trade this. Obviously, on the 5 minute here, we got a break of structure. Let's just put that back there. So let me talk about the entry and the exit. So if we look at this, we've got a sweep here. This is my liquidity sweep right here. Actually, no, this is the sweep right here. So this is liquidity built up over the Asia session. This is the sweep. Now if I go down onto the 1 minute time frame, oh no, I might actually have to bar replay this as to why. So let's just go into the hourly a second. Let's go back, let's select this. I'm going to talk about some of these monster trades, entries, exits, blah, blah, blah. Right, let's go back onto the 5 and the 1 minute here. So I'm sure a few guys in the TFT group will appreciate this. Mr. Goodhen, maybe, because it's swing trading. Trader Tom will like this because he trades order blocks and breaker structures. So here we have liquidity, boom, swept. This order block here has created a break of structure to this one here. Some people might say it's changed character. I'm going to say this is a break of structure for the purpose of this video. So this order block, this is the entry right here, this order block right here. I've covered this low. Now, the reason why I've gone for the Asia high is the liquidity that's built up around this area right here. So look at this. This is obviously it here. So we'll just go through this trade. And so the entry was at, let's just wait for it to tap TP. There we go. So the entry was at 10 past 12 in the day. Exit was 2 o'clock. So in 2 hours, that's 15%. Okay, let's go back onto the next one. It's quite important. So we've got some beautiful swing trades on this one. Bam, in and out. Look at that. 230 open would have annihilated that trade. But at the same time, if this was a little bit bigger, this could have gone all the way up there. But that's not what we're interested in, so it doesn't really matter. Let's get on to the next trade. Right, it's coming up now. So I think my plans are I might actually go for a swing account with FTMO. The reason being is that this really, really does pay. Some people want to be in and out of trades as quick as possible. I'm happy to let a trade run. Right, so here we have it. This is the liquidity. We've been swept right here. Let's see if this is a 5 minute. Okay, so this is a 1 minute entry again. So we've broken this down. This order block here has created a break of structure. And our target on this one, let's have a quick look, liquidity around this area. So we want to sweep this as internal liquidity. Mr. Goodhand taught me this the other day. At the moment, so until we sweep a big high. Again, so entry on this one was 10 in the morning. The exit on this one was around 2:30. That massive push just then. Obviously, it could have gone either way, but it is what it is. So 130 cent might have been new, so this one might not actually be a valid trade. I haven't actually check their news updates on this, but even still, I mean, we could have taken this just at Asia high. Asia high would have given us 10%. So even still, and that was entry at 10, exit at 11:35, so hour and a half. So we could have had 10% morning if there was news. If it wasn't news, and it was just obviously one of the New York Open, boom, we could have had a 20% trade there. So, okay, let's go on to the next one. What I might do is actually go on to the 15-minute here, and let's wait for this to come back down. So this was the next trade that I was looking at. Okay, right, swap down to the 5-minute. Obviously, I'm not really looking at the daily bias on this at the moment. I'm just looking for liquidity sweeps on the 5-minute and for a 5-minute entry and a 1-minute entry. So here we go. What we got here? So Asia's kicking in. We've got liquidity above and liquidity below. That's a sweep right there. Actually, yeah. So this is our break of structure right here. Why could I not find anything? There was no order block. So, but we've also got a potential sell. However, that would then have to come down and break the structure down here. So let's have a quick look what we're looking at here. Yeah, so for me at the moment, obviously we've got no order blocks which are showing any break of structures, so that is going to be a no trade. This was no trade today, yeah. So we did have 5-minute here. So we had a potential 5-minute entry, which was caused by the Chicago Open. We could have targeted down there maybe, but look, obviously this order block did create a break of structure somewhere. So we would have done that. So 2.96, so not worth it for me. Some people, yes it is, but that's not part of this plan. So let's carry on going. There's a reason why I've got this green line here, because this is a low. Now, when we get to the end of the video, I'll talk more about this. Right, here we go. So, liquidity, we've been swept. Let's go on to the 1 minute, see what's happening here. So yeah, so this is our liquidity, we've been swept. Now, we're looking for a break of structure. Do we get an entry? So yeah, I think it's going to be this order block here, because we've just broken our structure. Let's just get back onto 5-minute speed up a little bit. Okay, right, what actually happened here? So I think this was don't think this was an entry, this one, yeah, so we missed entry on this one. But obviously, so I kept this one marked up. But as you can see, yeah, look, we missed the entry on this order block that caused the break of structure. So, actually, what do we have this one here? 20. I haven't written this one down, so it's fine. Let's go back onto 5 minutes, speed it up a little bit. What have we got here? Asia. Oh yes, here we go. Yeah, no trade on this one. Again, no order blocks. Showing for break structure. There's nothing here. There's another reason why we've got this green line here, but we'll talk about that when we get towards the end of the video. So where's our sweep? Right, that's our sweep right there. What have we got on the 1 minute? Let's just see if there's anything that pops up on this one. Okay, so it's not really, I mean, that order block didn't really, to me, create a break of structure, shall we say. So, is there anything down here? This order block, nope. So nothing has, to me, has fired out to create a break of structure on this one. So that's why there was no entry on that one. Here we go. I think this is an interesting one right here. So it's kind of like a reverse break of structure for a continuation. Let's have a quick look here. There we go. Right. So no, it might not be this one. Again, 1 minute. What have we got here? Okay. So this order block created a break of structure. We've set the entry to the top of the Asia high for the liquidity to be swept. 14.29%. Right there, lovely. Let's carry on going. I want to try and get this video finished before the family get up. There we go. Oh yeah, so is this the one? Okay. So again, liquidity on this area down here, which is why this is set for down here. Let's see what our entry was on this. Was it a 5 minute? I think, yeah, so this is the 5 minute order block. Okay, and in so entry was at 12:30, exit 8:30, 26%. Bang tidy. It really is this simple. All on the 5 minute and the 1 minute time frame only. And here we go. Right, so we've got a break of structure. Boom. Now, what are we targeting? Liquidity up here. So there's no 5 minute order block. That must mean we are on a 1 minute. There we go. So cover some of the imbalance, cover a little bit below the order block there. Sweep. This order block has created a break of structure. Okay. The tag in time, Chicago open. Exit time was, so look, boom, right there, 5 o'clock. So in 2.5 hours, that's 23%. Let's carry on going. Let's switch back to the 5 minute here. So again, we can see we've got no trade in this part here. So trade, we'll just go up to trades because I want to try and get this video sorted out before the family gets up. Okay, so what have we got here? Let's carry on. That's our sweep. Okay, yeah. So this is actually an interesting one. So I lost 1% on this one. So all of those trades, that's one loss so far. All right, let's go on to the 1 minute time frame, and I lost. Okay, so this order block has been swept. This order block's been tapped. This order block here has created the break of structure. Okay, so we covered this order block from there to this high here, but we got swept on Chicago Open. That's fine. There might have been a little bit of slippage. Who cares? What was my target down here? Again, liquidity. All right, so it could have been a 22% trade. Doesn't matter because you got to take losses. Let's carry on. What have we got here? Oh yes, I've drawn a path on this one. That's coming up. So we will now swap down to the 1 minute. Oh yeah, so this is the continuation trade that I was talking about a minute ago. So okay, right. So this order block has not caused a break of structure. Okay. Where is it? I'm sure there was an order block just there then, doesn't matter. Okay, right, so we're following this path. And where are we? Oh, my indicators have gone off. What's happening here? Oh, here we go. What's happening here? Oh, that's better. Let's turn that back on again. There we go. So, let's have a look here. Right. We did not break. We've come down, following this path. Again, so this is one of the reasons why we did not break above this one here, but this order block created another break of structure to this low. So for me, this is my entry, and I've covered this high here. Let's see how this trade goes. And we got quite a way. Speed it up. Okay, entry 2:30 open. Boom. What time did we get out of that? Okay, 2:30 exit. 4 o'clock, 2.5 hours, 33%. Target on this one, I've just targeted this low here. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, so again, sweeps, liquidity sweeps. Okay, if you was a swing trader, this, I mean, you probably could have targeted this liquidity down here. Let's just see what happens. It might go, it might not. Let's just put this on to 15 minutes. Speed it up a little bit. I mean, yeah, by looking at this trade setup here, that would have taken that anyway. So yeah, that's a 79% trade there. That isn't what we were targeting. We were targeting this 33% in a few hours. Let's go back onto 5 minutes for this trade right now. This is the big trade which I was talking about. And if you have a swing account, this will be perfect for you. So, you can target this low, or you could have targeted this low here. If we ever go back onto the hourly on this one, so the amount of liquidity that's built up in here, this is obviously a sweep. this is a sweep. But if you think about it, this is all liquidity. Okay, this is all accumulation, manipulation. So we could be coming back down here for a distribution, or this could be like coming down testing to come back up higher. So we could sweep this area, okay, come back into the zone, come back, and then actually carry on up. But for this purpose right now, this is what we're looking at. Okay, so let's just play this. What was the entry on this? Oh, was this a... Oh, bugger. What am I doing here? Was this a 5 minute or a 1 minute entry? So here we go. Right, so we've got a break of structure, another break of structure. Okay, so look, we did not break structure to the upside. We've got a wick. We do not have a candle close, a body close, candle body close, important. We've wicked, we've come down. Okay, candle body close, break of structure. Again, candle body close, break of structure. So on our 1 minute entry, here we go, this is it. So, right, the reason why I've covered this zone here, not just the order block, we have imbalance above on this leg, okay? I'm covering this imbalance area as well. Let's have a look, see how this goes. Let's just play until we get to entry. See what time the entry is. Now this is a monster trade, and you would need a swing account for something like this. Boom, entry. Okay, 3 o'clock on Wednesday. Let's just go to the 15 minute on this. Just trying to speed it up a little bit. And let's see how many days this took to take out this low where all the liquidity's built up. Alright, we're now Thursday, Friday. Come back up, test. Now we're Monday, so we entered Wednesday, so we're on to, like, let's say, our 4th day now. However, if we went to there, we actually went to this area here, but we could have been in and out in a day, 24%. But if you're willing to hold for longer, I mean, I didn't even look to see if there was any more trades in here. There probably was. I just kind of just let this one run. Boom. So that took just over a week. 6 days, should we say. 6 days to, let's just measure this. So entry to exit, let's say in 8 days. 8 days including the weekend. 8 days, 2 hours. Not bad. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to show one of my styles of trading and what I look for on the Dow Jones. I only really use this on Dow Jones because it really does push well, and this is how I like to trade. Anyway, catch you later.